Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to what I believe will be part 8 of this lovely little Kriegspiel held by Hethwill and his AAR games. I must say, it's slow going, but it's fun so far. If you've never played one of these before, and if you're interested, I would highly recommend that you do, because it really, really tests people's communication. How many generals does it take to find a lost division? Well, you remember I left at the last one talking about Royer's infantry, and when it was going to arrive on the right flank. Well, I've kept you in suspense long enough, and those infantry regiments have kept us in suspense, for they have not arrived on the right flank, coming down from the hill as we once hoped and suspected they did. Royer turns to his generals and says, you know, I could have sworn I told him to follow the cav, but in some strange, although I suppose I should have spotted it last video, in some strange turn of orders, the infantry that was sitting around here last time we knew decided to come off the hill, go backwards, take the road. And it wasn't actually Marquinier's forces that we saw coming out of the woods. It was, in fact, Schmitz and D'Arnaou, who are belonging to Royer's division. The picture that I was shared actually did say, yeah, it did show it was Schmitz and D'Arnaou, but I mean, of course, I didn't tell them, or I didn't order Royer to send them via the road, and Royer swears that neither did he, but Schmitz and D'Arnaou took it upon themselves to take themselves off the hill, go backwards, come marching down the road, block the 4th Division. I mean, I did tell the 4th Division to hurry up, and yeah, so what happened was, last video, Marquinier comes out of the forest. We thought it was his infantry behind him. We thought it was Deconchet and Jeannin. But no, it's D'Arnaou and Schmitz. Took the long way round. They didn't, I mean, surely they should have the sense to march down the hill and follow the cav. But it looks like the cav is all alone on the right flank. But we'll start with the right flank. We will, because there's some surprises. Now, I did say to Hethwill that I wanted Grenier to run the line in my last orders, and maybe this is why he's given us the information he has. I don't know. I wasn't really told a great deal. I was just kind of said that the remainder of my corps has come out of the forest. So, you know, my misinterpretation of information where it said Marquinier had come out of the forest, I thought his... Never mind. Right. So we've got Perimont on here, all alone on the right flank, with his cav. And some horse artillery probably somewhere around here. And what do we have here? We have Bogdan and Stefanini. We've been talking about them for a while, and we suspected that they'd come out of the mist on the right flank, and they have. But not without taking some shock, it would appear. Now, I have my own theories. I mean, maybe they were chucking them along here at some point over the last 2 hours. It's possible. But a more plausible explanation is because they've come through the fields. they've got a little bit disorganized. So it's not actual, shall we say, casualties or anything like that. It's just disorganization. They could have suffered some casualties and hits from the artillery that's sitting around here somewhere. This is not an exact position. I think more or less they've turned our flank a little bit more, and maybe Perimon's more back here. But at the same time, it's good to know that they've actually come at us on the right flank, and yeah. So there's that. They seem disorganized. Of course, I'm still shouting at Royer to order Perimon in. Perimon might charge himself. I mean, he's obviously took his discipline pills this morning, because we were told that he'd charge off on his own if he could. So we're waiting for that. But we've basically said to Royer, send in your cav. And Royer politely told us, you've been telling me that for the last 6 months. I'm not going to order him to do it. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But yeah, we need to halt this, slow down the advance of this right flank, because we're in trouble. The middle, Campy, MVP, holding the centre like a boss. Everything's a mess. Everything's a melee. Everybody's just bayonets at nose point, and a lot of fighting, a lot of charges backwards and forwards. I suppose. I mean, 2 hours almost of the centre. They'd be fucking exhausted. And they still, from the pictures that we've been shown, still have a reserve just sitting in the back there. I mean, like, the amount of corpses that will probably be littered around on the side of this hill here is astounding to me. Forest Day, just chilling. Just waiting to plug a gap. Maybe he needs to start exploiting a gap, because we noticed that in the pictures that we were sent, sitting in the background, a couple of these regiments have fallen back in disarray. Maybe the Austrians aren't so disciplined as we once thought. I don't know. Well, one of these guys has a 3, one of these guys has a 1. I don't know where that 1 came from. So basically it's still all going along the centre here across this front. And would you Adam and Eve it, in the picture that we were sent, the Demi Brigade. God, any survivors there deserve a little medal holding off an enlarged regiment there. Nice little brigade. Amazing stuff that they're kind of caught out in the open there. I mean, amazing. These apparently are still disorganized, but a nice little change. Bonneman has engaged the Lancers in close combat in melee. They're still under some shock, but Bonneman here has apparently regained some shock. They're holding those dragoons. The Order of Merit goes to these dragoons for holding this road. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing stuff from Bonneman. I mean, I said bless that Bonnie man, but this guy, man, they'll have a statue of you right by the Champs-Élysées for your beautiful holding of the road, Bonneman. I mean, if I ever get to have a game where you're in it, mate, in the future, I'm you. Man. Pierre Bonneman. What a boss. With his little dragoons. Clap. The audience goes wild for them standing there. I mean, out in the open as well against Lancers. are they in double line? Are they in small pockets of squares? You know, little 15-year-olds trying to keep the horses under control. It's amazing. I mean, this guy must have rolled sixes all game long to try and hold all these lancers up. It's truly amazing. But yeah, going forward, we've had to change a little bit. And I will say this: if there's any Austrians out there watching, give me a break, but comment, because we'd love to hear your thoughts on what the fuck is going on around here. We ordered the 4th to move into Volta, but it looks like because Schmitz and D'Arnaou are in front, and I'll bring out the magic pen. Jesus Christ. There we go. That's a little bit better. I'll try to get rid of these dots as well, but it doesn't seem to want to have the eraser. It looks to me like D'Arnaou is going to attempt, although I'm still a bit sketchy if infantry against lancers is going to be a good idea. And Schmitz maybe go like that. It looks to us like the best thing to do is send the 2nd through Volta in an attempt to take this. The 4th will then come round here, shore up this flank, and maybe some of the centre, although Forestier can probably plug some gaps if he needs to. And we're going to wheel the Austrian army as best as we can against the river. So by the end of the game, with any luck, although we don't know how well this, right, I mean this could punch through. This could be amazing. It looks like we might end up with a possible, and yeah, this is just my personal kind of thoughts on it. We could end up at the end of the game with an Austrian pocket against the river, with a French surroundment, envelopment, if you will, if we push hard enough, because these guys are tired. They've been marching through forests, fields. The centre is knackered. Volta will have to, I mean, these guys have been fighting for ages. They've got to be tired. These guys are disorganised, or disrupted rather. It could end up like that. Obviously, a lot can change in the space of half an hour. But this is really what we're thinking might happen, or I'm thinking might happen, really. If the 4th hurry up and get deployed, although it's a long way. I mean, they do say it's a long way to Tipperary, but Jesus Christ, these boys they've been marching for 7 hours now. Like, I know they're trained to march, but fuck me. Like, what a game. What a game. But yeah, I mean, this is amazing. I mean, I'm just very proud of these boys. Just for holding on. I thought they were gone. I thought they were captured. I thought they'd run away. But no, these are great. This is really turning out to be an amazing little game. We can only hope that the Italians on the other side are having as much of a fun time as we are. Although I must say, a while back we told our guy who's playing Zucchi, who's commanding the Italian 6th. He did turn around and give us a message the other day, and he said in the Discord, he said, "Shall I move forward now, or do you still want me to lurk around in the back?" And I hope he's still not around Goito, because if he is, I'm sorry, man. I did tell you. I did tell you to follow him. I mean, maybe they kept him as a reserve on this side, but we can only hope that they're having some luck. I mean, we kind of abandoned finding out what's going on. Maybe we can do a report in the future if we ever get a hold of the Italians, or maybe we can just contact the guy on this side and say, look, can you tell us what's going on your side, mate? Because I'm really eager to know. It's not going to have any kind of influence on our side of the river, I don't think. We could have this wrapped up, especially if it acts out like that. I mean, we'd probably have to roll all 6s to make it happen. But it's a very. I mean, we could end up flipping. The Austrians could punch around, and maybe we should relocate the HQ closer to the road, because we don't want them to punch through and capture all of us. That would suck. But yeah, it could turn on an axis almost. But I'd love to see this happen. This would be amazing. But yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you did like the video, as always, give it a thumbs up. It helps. And we'll see you on the next one.